Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel live. I'm Kris Hapgood, a nurse of 32 years, and today we're going to be talking um, some pretty significant things. And I'm going to be really sharing from my heart today. I talk to many people every week, and what literally breaks my heart is when people are not feeling well. Not at all. They have no hope. They feel totally broken and they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. And when they talk to me, they're like, I don't, I just can't do this any longer, Kris. I just cannot do this. And so I provide a piece of the missing puzzle. Piece. Piece. I have this missing piece of the puzzle that can help them. And if they would take this missing piece that I would provide, then they would obtain PEACE, peace. And that's all what we need. It's also today when I was praying this morning and looking at things, I was listening to this one thing that I was thinking about, and it's about perspective. And I'm like, whoa, I think this is God talking to me because we're going to be talking about people's dreams and their perspective. And so when people have a perspective of, no, it's not going to work. Oh, I feel sick. Oh, this all runs in my family. Oh, I've lived with this for years and years and years. This is going to be the death of me, blah, blah, blah. They need to change their perspective. Did you know that the word perspective means go through? So if you can go through your perspective, then you're going to get to the other end. And when you get to the other end, you're going to change. Your perspective is going to change. Just like I was talking to someone last week and she was overwhelmed with a lot of things. And I said, when a big storm comes up, I said, animals will tend, like the wild horses, cattle, all of that, they run from that pending storm that's coming in. But a buffalo puts their head down and they head towards the storm. Why? Because if they go through the storm and meet it, the storm is a lot shorter. If you keep running from that storm is going to last forever. Again, this is all about perspective. So today, we're going to talk about why most health plans fall short and why they sometimes just fail and don't really work. And I want to look at this. So, everybody at the beginning of the year, New Year's resolution, we say about 4 out of every 10 people set up a New Year's resolution. But by the end of January, more than a third have already given up. They've already quit. So why? Why do they quit? Because people just, you know, they needed better support. They needed a better system, maybe. They just needed help, more additional one on one help. And you think about this in order to change a habit, you have to be consistent for at least 3 weeks. And then once you do that and be consistent in 3 weeks, what's going to happen? Your perspective is going to change. You're going through that storm, and now things will start happening. So let's focus on our surface symptoms. That's what most of these plans are. They go, oh, yeah, here's your little symptom here. Let's address that. This is what you need to do. Let's put a band-aid on it. Oh, okay. So that's what's going to help with that. So then, but they're not addressing the root cause because the root cause is what we need to be addressing. It's not just the symptoms. We need to rip that band-aid off And we need to actually be looking at the root cause and addressing that root cause. The other thing, people obviously feel very discouraged because they don't see results. They do not see results within the first couple of days. Hello? If you don't see the results, you put your head down and you keep pushing through. You've got to keep pushing through. But they give up. They give up. And then a lot of times, and I think this is a lot of the issue, is that the plans are very rigid and they're very overwhelming. And you really, and then it's like, oh, I got all these rules. I got all this stuff. I got to follow this to the T. No, sometimes what we don't need more rules. What we need is we need a guide. We need a guide to kind of maybe look at what's going on. So I want you to think about this. You are not broken. Maybe the plan is broken. You also may need a little bit of more support, a little more follow up, a little more one on one, and you just don't know how. The other thing is mindset. Mindset is huge. Mindset. If you believe that you're going to fail, oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. I fail at everything else. I failed at all of this. Look at my health. I'm still failing. Then you will guarantee 100% you will fail. It is in your mindset, right? So, for an example on mindset, if you first see yourself and you believe that you can achieve this, you will be successful. You got to believe it before you can do it. That's a huge takeaway. And then we need to, your body, like I said, your body just isn't a textbook. Like I said, a lot of these plans are very rigid. It's one size fits all. Well, guess what? Um, Sometimes you just need to look at individual things and personalize it to apply to your body. For an example, I am currently on a weight loss program. And when I go and I'm like, oh, okay. So they said, oh, yes, everybody within the first month is going to be losing 10 to 15 pounds. And I'm like, whoa, that's good. That's good. Well, then I start following the plan, and you know me, I'm going to follow it to a T. And then it's like I'm not losing. Maybe that first month, I only lost like 3 pounds. 3 pounds. I'm kind of falling a little short here. And I do have a personal trainer that is following me. We are measuring out the food to the T. I'm following this plan. And it's just, and every time they tweak it a little bit, they go, well, let's try this, let's try that. And it's still, I'm only losing a few pounds a month. That's it. But, but what I've learned about my body, instead of me, because I could easily intermittent fast 18, 20 hours a day. And that's kind of what I was doing. Well, my body was in starvation mode. So now when I started this new diet, yeah, they restricted the calories. My body's like, not a problem. We know to say we don't need to be losing weight because she does this starvation mode mindset. And then when they go, okay, let's put a few more calories in there. Then my body started responding, going, okay, we can lose a little bit of weight. Yeah, and it might have only been a few ounces in a day, but still. And then when I started to like, oh, I'm not really cheating, but it's like, you know what? Tonight I am gonna have that baked potato with my steak. Guess what? My body responded and I lost even more weight. So we've got to like personalize. You know your body best. So like I said, I know my body. I've been trying a lot of different things, and now I'm actually finding what works for me. What works for me. The other thing is we have we've got to have accountability. We've got to have accountability. So, yeah, it's every day I'm on that scale. And guess what? Every week, my counselor, she's calling me. What are you doing? Oh, I need to see your food diary. She's holding me accountable. So I can't really cheat. So I'm being held accountable. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is like, well, what makes you a little bit different, Kris? Well, I'm just saying that I'm going to be looking at the root cause. I'm ripping that Band-Aid off. Let's see really what's going on. Why can't you lose weight? Why can't you sleep? Why do you feel so exhausted, have no vitality? Well, I just need maybe an energy drink. Maybe I need to take more melatonin so I can sleep at night. No, there's something else. We're going to be looking at the root cause. And a lot of time that root cause is in the gut. And then we're going to be looking at lifestyles and that kind of thing. Also, with me, I'm blending science, okay, and what's going on with your body and then with your lifestyle, what you're able to do. Yeah, not all of us can go out and run 4 miles a day. So why would I have you do that? So you got to be looking at your lifestyle. You got to be looking at what we're doing. Again, it's taking little teeny weeny baby steps. Baby steps makes big momentum when we look back. So yeah, and again, comparison is the killer of joy. So it's like, well, everybody else on this plan can lose 10 pounds a month. Why can't I? Because my body's not made like that. So I had to personalize that. I had to use some of the science. I had to use some of this knowledge. And I just started making some simple changes. And then you know your body best. So you've got to listen. The plan, again, not one size fits all. So a plan needs to be where this is listening to your body and what works with your body, not against it. I want to, so you guys, I know you're thinking, and you're like, I wonder what Kris can really do for me. Guess what? What my normal fee is $247 an hour for a one-on-one consultation. But what I'm doing this week, for all of my YouTube listeners, is you need to put down here in the comments, please, I need to talk to you. I'm ready. I'm going to do that for free. You're going to get me for 30 minutes on the phone. Let's see what's going on and let's personalize. Let's see if we're a good fit. Let's see if I can be helping you. But I found this. This is a bunch of what I want to say. I found this. I think on one of the social media things, probably a couple weeks ago, and I kept it. And I am going to, and I took little bits and pieces out of it. So I want to read this to you. Okay. I want you to, if you can, close your eyes. And I just want you to listen to my voice and I want you to listen to this message. You still have time. That's what we keep telling ourselves. And maybe we do, but maybe we don't. The truth is we never really know. Time isn't generous. It doesn't pause. It doesn't wane. It slips through our fingers quietly, like sand, soft, silent, and unstoppable. We measure our lives in years, in birthdays, in milestones. But life isn't made of years. It's made of moments. And the hardest part is we don't know how many moments we have left. What if tomorrow never comes? What if the life you're waiting to live is passing you by now, right now, this very second? What if this moment, this exact one, is the last chance you have to say what matters most? To hold someone you love without distraction, to cry without shame, to laugh without holding back, to be fully alive. This isn't meant to make you afraid. It's meant to make you aware. Because there is nothing more tragic than realizing too late that you were sleepwalking through the days that might have changed everything. So please, wake up. Stop waiting for the right time. The time is now. Right now. This breath, this heartbeat. You don't need more time. You just need to stop wasting the time you already have. You just don't need to stop wasting the time you already have. Because in the end, it's not the years you'll remember. It's the conversations, the embraces, the risk, the tears, the laughter, the love, the moments. So live them, cherish them, protect them. Because life isn't measured by how long you live. It's measured by how deeply you feel, how boldly you loved, and how fully you showed up while you're still here. And you're here right now, in this present moment. So make it count. Let's stop guessing and start listening to your body. How much time, how much money have you invested all these years on things that don't work? You're in the same place, or maybe even feeling worse than you did last year and the year before. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about support. And it's about hope. Change your perspective. Change it. Again, let's book a clarity call. It's free. Put in the comments, I'm ready. And let's get together and let's talk. Because I only want you to live your very best life, your purpose-driven life, with no regrets. And I want to end with this. Saint Catherine of Siena said, become the person that God created you to be and set the world on fire. Have a very blessed day. See you next Thursday.